The U.S. Supreme Court is now facing an election case of unprecedented gravity that will determine Donald Trump's chances of regaining White House and affect the public's respect for increasingly embattled court. The new controversy from Colorado comes as 9 justices face increased scrutiny and country faces further scrutiny in Bush v. The Gore case comes as court is more polarized than it was in 2000. Last year it was at center of presidential election battle. The way justices handle challenge of Trump's disqualification from voting in Colorado. Their first moves could come as soon as Friday. Could intensify turmoil around them or finally give them an opportunity to inspire confidence in norms of democracy. Chief Justice John Roberts and 8 other justices will meet privately Friday morning to discuss various pending cases. They would soon be able to explain how and when they would address most compelling question before them: whether former president should be barred from holding future office because of his role in Jan. 6. 2021 insurrection at U.S. Capitol. That preliminary ruling could come within a few hours on Friday. Or the justices could wait days. All parties involved emphasized the urgency of the situation. Trump's legal filing this week was filled with characteristic brashness and sustained denial of results of the recent presidential election that brought Joe Biden to White House. President Trump received more than 74 million votes nationwide and more than 1.3 million votes in Colorado alone for re-election as President of the United States in 2020. Trump's lawyers told the Supreme Court. Trump also touched on the protests in Portland, Oregon, triggered by the killing of George Floyd in 2020, and public concerns about racial justice. Claiming that January 6 was not an insurrection. The United States has a long history of political protests turning violent. In summer 2020 alone, violent protesters targeted federal courthouse in Portland, Oregon, for more than 50 days, repeatedly attacking federal officers and setting courthouse on fire, all in support of a political agenda allegedly opposed to authority United States. In context of violent American political protests, January 6 was not an insurrection and therefore could not justify invoking Section 3 of the 14th Amendment. Petitioners allege, in decision of Colorado Supreme Court, which Trump appealed, it was stated that section adopted after Civil War and targeting former Confederate officials disqualified him from state elections. State voters challenging Trump quickly countered his arguments characterizing an insurrection, arguing in a filing Thursday evening that this attack is in every respect an insurrection against the Constitution. Lower court judges found that Trump incited violence on Jan. 6 when he implored his allies to fight like hell to take back our country. Video ad feedback. Former Trump lawyer explains why he thinks Colorado voting objection has been